Good morning. Oh, it's good afternoon. It's 12. So, hi, is everyone? So, lately I used to come here at 9:30, but I have not been coming at 9:30 because I'm home. I took a month off to deal with the COVID situation, but I'm getting better, and I thank God that my family is almost back to normal. But I just come here randomly, and I'm going to do this for the next 1 month because I don't want to push myself to do that 9:30. I'm waking up like at 9:10. Very good, Mercy. I'm okay. So when you come in, share this video to your page. Do me that favor. Like our page. Give me stars. Let me see. Where is our page? I'll get that page. I don't even know where it's gone, but I'll try to get it. So, like our page, share this video to your pages. I come here every day to try and encourage one person or two people that are seated somewhere and they are browsing on Facebook, or you're just bored at work and you decide to jump on Facebook. We are talking to you every day to just give you one positive word that is going to encourage you and get you to move to the next level from where you are. So today I want to talk about leadership real quick. We always have that saying that says, to whom much is given, much is expected. We have leaders. We have a president, we have community leaders, we have our local leaders, we have all these people we call leaders. And leaders, some are chosen, some are appointed by people, some are self-appointed. So whoever you think of as a leader in your local community, in your home, anywhere, there's somebody who's always leading. There's people who are self-appointed leaders. They just come up and they're like, you know what, I'm going to do this, let me take over. And there are so many things that make a leader. So the challenge I want to ask all of you today, think of the one leader that you really admire in your community, in your church, in a country. One of the leaders that comes into mind, a very good leader that you can call out. One that we all agree is Nelson Mandela, although I can just tell you, I don't even know how he did it. I wasn't going to jail to stay that long. I wasn't going to make those sacrifices that Nelson Mandela made. It's Black History Month. Yes, I am wearing my dashiki shirt. In fact, I should wear all my dashiki shirts this month. So Nelson Mandela is one of the leaders that everybody agrees that he was a good leader. And it's because he made a lot of sacrifices. Good leaders, it's almost that when you think of a leader that you like in your community, somebody that you call a leader is somebody that makes sacrifices. If they were doing something, they will stop. If it's a fund drive, they are there. If you're sick, they'll come and see you. Most leaders that we admire locally and around the world are leaders who make sacrifices. For me, the worst leader I can always give you, I don't know if the young people now know Idi Amin. Idi Amin was known to be the worst, one of the worst leaders. What I'm told Idi Amin used to do, he was in Uganda. Okay, Mr. Migi, I see you, greetings. He used to take all the disabled people and pour them inside the lake. Idi Amin. And you know, Idi Amin was known as one of the worst leaders. So try to think of Idi Amin. Try to think of the worst leader, the worst president. We can now say President Trump. You see what happened in America. He's going to go in history as one of the worst leaders. We shouldn't even use Idi Amin. We should use President Trump because this just happened and is fresh in your mind. And then some of you want to use President Obama. There are those people that you call leaders and you really admire them. Ask yourself, what do you admire about these leaders? What characteristics do the good leaders have? Good leaders, they tell the truth. Most of them will just say things the way they are. Most leaders will help you solve your problem. Migi, if you're having something that is going on and you have a problem and you know I have a way to network with someone, you're going to call me and say, Penny, please help me solve these problems. Good leaders will help us solve problems, will help people. Good leaders unite people. Good leaders will tell you, Miggy and Mary, you're fighting. We can't do this. We are going to come together and just solve these problems. Good leaders just try to make people to unite. Good leaders will connect you. If you have a business, if you have a school, if you have something that is going on that you are starting, a good leader is somebody who's going to try and connect people. A good leader will share. Okay, Nyareso, welcome. A good leader will share their resources. Okay, if I know that Nyareso has this business, I'm going to tell people that Nyareso offers services to get all the men who have not paid dowry to pay dowry. Nyareso is very good at that. If you're having a wedding and the MC Miggy is a good MC, I'm going to tell you MC Miggy will help you. So a good resource, okay? A good leader will give people resources. A good leader will make sacrifices. Like now, I am sacrificing my time. I have a business, I have children, I have a job to do, but I'm sacrificing my time so that I can try to talk to people. Not just me, all the people that leaders, they sacrifice their time. Most even leaders sacrifice their families. They stop everything they're doing to go and give their time to people. Good leaders will mediate people. They do not try to cause conflicts. They try, when there's a problem, they will just try to be like, you know what, Shane, you can't do this. Nyare, so don't do this to Miggy. Good leaders, when they see a problem, they will intervene. It was sad during this time in my country. You see, Shane was in the time of Idi Amin. Idi Amin, to me, is one of the worst African presidents that I know. And I have Ugandan friends, and when they tell me what Idi Amin did, when you say Idi Amin, or your head trembles. You're like, my God. So those are some of the qualities, just among the few qualities that make a good leader. The leaders are willing to go above and beyond for everybody. Kezia, I see you. How are you? Becky, how are you doing? But let's talk about bad leaders. Bad leaders are always those people who are always praising themselves. When they get power, you see what happened with us with Trump. Trump had power and he had a following. And before you know it, we lost lives. Okay? Good leaders try to save a life. That is why I don't like politicians. Especially in Kenya, politicians are always a good reason for our people to die. And when a politician puts other people's children in a situation where they are going to die, that bothers me. I have WhatsApped them, but haven't responded. Leaders don't ignore messages and comments. No, good leaders will respond to you. And in fact, that is something I'm working on. When somebody writes to me, regardless who it is, because I'm trying to be a leader. I am not a successful leader yet, but I strive to try and lead because I am a mother. I have 4 kids that I have to lead. I have young girls that I have to lead. Everybody is a leader in their own capacity. You don't have to be an elected member or leader. God, let me sip water. Everybody plays a role. Bad leaders are selfish. They always think about themselves. They want to get power. Bad leaders misuse power. When they are given power, you give them a position. If it's an admin, we have given an admin a position, and that now he has power. When you go there now, Benji is one of our admins because he has power. He'll block all your posts. He will delete all your posts because he doesn't like Ross. He doesn't like Jane. He doesn't like James. So now, Benjamin has this admin power. Bad leaders, when they get power, they misuse it. Bad leaders will steal people. From people. They will take that opportunity. God has blessed them in a position. They will steal from people. Okay? Bad leaders, power corrupts them. There's a couple groups. We are in couple groups in Facebook. We have group leaders where you find that somebody has a group they're running, and all of a sudden they just take over. You don't even have a chance to speak. These people just control you. You try to bring up something, they kill it. You try to come up with a good idea, they kill it. Those are bad leaders. Okay? Some people, the more power they get, the more arrogant they get. Those are the bad leaders. Okay, so today we know the difference between a good leader and a bad leader, but we are all working hard to be good leaders, because if you're not leading a community, you're leading your children. So we need to be our own leaders. If you're leading people, before you lead anybody, we need to start leading ourselves. Lead yourself. When you take all those good traits that you see in a good leader, put them on yourself, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself and say, you know what, moving forward, I'm going to unite people. Moving forward, I'm going to connect people. Moving forward, I'm going to share resources. Moving forward, I'm going to make personal sacrifices. Moving forward, I'm going to mediate people, okay? So be aware and ask yourself, if you had power, if you had Penny's power, if I gave you power today, where I am sitting in my position as a leader, what are you going to do? Whatever you think Penny needs to do, go ahead and do it. Can your work speak for itself? So soon we are going to pick you out and say, you know what, Lena looks like, oh, she's doing a good job. Why can't we put Lena here? Yes, Lena will give you that admin job. Some people, when you give them an admin job, there is a person they don't like. There's somebody they're having a grudge with. There's an in-law they don't like. They just delete all their posts. The good thing with Facebook, you can even go back there and start reading, and you're like, hey, why did Lena delete Kate's post? Because we are not thinking that we are leaders in our capacity. Everybody is a leader in their own way. And let your work speak for itself. Leaders, if there's any leaders here who are listening to me, let us try to do things. Not just say, oh, if it wasn't for me, this could have not been done. If it wasn't for me, let your work speak for itself. By yourself, lead yourself, do whatever that you want to do without thinking. Think of Nelson Mandela. Think of the things he did, the sacrifices he made, the time he served, all those things you want Penny to do. If you start changing yourself, I change myself. If you lead yourself, okay, when you start leadership within you, by the time you meet Penny and we are all together, we unite as one. We are going to share resources. We are going to make personal sacrifices. We are going to mediate people. We are going to help people solve problems. We should not wait for one person to be called a leader to solve everybody's problems when we all actually have potential to lead, because we all have something that the other person doesn't offer. Okay? So what happens to you, how you are today, everything that you are doing today depends on your mindset. The day Facebook introduced this live video thing, I said, you know what, let me jump on it. My mindset told me, jump on it, get a calendar, write the topics you want to talk about, because I felt I can talk, right? So I'm like, here, let me come and talk here. Can I unite people? Yes. Can I connect people? Yes. Can I share resources? Yes. Can I make personal sacrifices? Yes. Can I mediate people? Yes. Can I donate towards something? Yes. Can I listen to one woman who's going through a crisis? Yes. Do I have time to listen to a man somewhere who's suffering? Yes. If you answer yes to all those things that you're thinking a leader should have, then put them into your mind and lead yourself. Don't expect leaders to take you to where you want them to take you. Be that leader that you are seeing that you want. Okay? If you see that Penny doesn't do A, B, C, D, just come up and take over. Go on Facebook, hit the live video, and start the leadership. Everything that you think about is going to happen. Take that leader that you admire. Practice those things. Read or do research. And start leading yourself. That is the challenge I have for you today. Lead yourself. Do all those things that you admire in a leader. If there are things you admire in me, do them. For me, I have set goals. I have not achieved them. I have set goals that I have to do every day. Like now, I'm just so backed up. I'm just here. I have so much to do. I rarely achieve the things I need to achieve just for the day. Some of the things that I need to achieve are behind. And then you are sitting somewhere, somebody wants you to unite them. Somebody wants you to connect them. Somebody wants you to give them cash. Somebody wants you to be mediated. Is that a proper English? Okay? Leaders are people who are willing to give something. So if we all lead ourselves, we will not have as many problems as we are having out there. We sit there and expect other people to lead us. No. Let us lead ourselves. Lead yourself 50%. At least, manage yourself as a person. Create guidelines. All those qualities that you want Penny to have. All those things that I do that you don't like. All those things that Trump did you didn't like. All those things you see other leaders, group leaders do that you don't like. Take all those things, modify yourself, and lead yourself. And the rest of us will be looking at you, and your work will speak for itself. When your work speaks for itself, we won't even be using the I. Good leaders don't say I. It's just visible. Nelson Mandela didn't have to make so many speeches to give what he had accomplished, because he had accomplished so much. As a leader who even leads yourself, when you lead yourself, you're going to accomplish so much. You will not need to speak. It will be visible. Nobody needs to talk about what you have done for yourself, if it's a business that you have grown, if it's a character that you have built, if it's the connection that you have done. Nobody has to say the I. Remove I did this. Remove I. Just do it. Let people say, Penny connected me. Penny united me. Penny helped me mediate me and my husband when we were having a hard time. Penny sacrificed her $20 for me to go to get my NHIF card. Okay? Penny did this for me. Let somebody else speak for you. Let your work speak for you. Nobody has to be saying I. Lead yourself. Dedicate 50% of your time on leading yourself and disciplining yourselves, and you're going to see the results. Bad leaders are selfish. Bad leaders always think about themselves. Don't always think about yourself. Make those sacrifices. If I have a business, like today I'm going to do a business, whatever I sell, I should also think to donate 10% to somebody. So if you want a good leader, if we want good leaders, if we want people who are going to sit in a position that we respect to do ABCD, start with yourself. Cheers, guys. Like our page, share, and it's just one thing that you really have to remind yourself, that you believe you can be anything you want to be. Anything you want to be, you have to sit down and decide what you want to be. Believe that you can be. And to whom much is given, much is expected. When you say this so and so, Ondari is Lydia is this is Lydia, and the ABCD, I give you that respect, Lydia. When I give you that respect, I expect a lot from you. If I give you a lot of respect, I expect you to even you try. Give me something back. So we are so busy blaming others. We are so busy burdening everybody else. But ask yourself, if you are to be the leader who is not speaking the way I am speaking, what kind of leader are you going to be? Who are you leading? Lead yourself. Start by yourself. Set those goals. And then we will follow. You will be like, yeah, Maggie is doing such a great job. Oh, Maggie, how did you do it? Then Maggie is going to connect me. Oh, Maggie, I'm having a problem with such and such a thing in Minnesota. Can you help me? Oh, yeah. Lina is selling life insurance. I've been thinking about this life insurance. I know Lina personally. Here, Lina can walk you through. Okay? Make those personal sacrifices. Somebody's going through a crisis. Give them $10. All those qualities we want our leaders to have, we all have the ability to have them. And that is the challenge today. Lead yourself. 50%. Then the 50% will follow you. Cheers, guys.